Welcome to Ponta Grossa Beach in Icapuí on Brazil's northeast coast. This place is an absolute paradise, and today we're taking you along for an epic adventure, snorkeling, dune climbing, and watching an insane sunset. But first, let's rewind to how our day started. So, it's 6:30 in the morning. We woke up early looking forward to our first full day here, but breakfast wasn't until 7:30, and the beach was calling. Normally, the sun would be blazing right now. I mean, CRR is called the land of light for a reason, sunshine all year round. But today, super cloudy, rare for this place. Still, perfect weather for a long walk by the sea. Fun fact, there's no winter here, just a rainy season that sometimes stretches from February to May. But today, no rain, just a stunning morning. Oh, and check this out. See that planet up there? Is it Mars or Venus? Drop your guess in the comments. I'm betting on Mars. Early mornings here are the best for spotting local fishermen coming back after a night at sea. They sail in these traditional boats called jangadas. These boats have been used for centuries, and we'll dive deeper into their history in a future video. They even use wooden logs to roll them up onto the sand, so old school and so awesome. Okay, let's hurry up. All this walking made me really hungry. Breakfast time. Simple yet packed with local flavors. First up comes couscous cearense, made from steamed cornmeal. This version of couscous is typically served with sausage. Next, there's creamy corn cake, and there's tapioca, a beloved Brazilian staple. It's made from cassava starch and cooked on a hot griddle until it forms a soft, chewy crepe. You can fill it with cheese or coconut milk, but even plain with butter, it's delicious. To balance things out, we've got slices of watermelon and papaya so ripe and sweet that it might just ruin papaya for you anywhere else. And of course, no Brazilian breakfast would be complete without cafe. Brazilian coffee is famous for a reason. While waiting, I took my drone for another flight, capturing the breathtaking cliffs, serene sea, and anchored boats. The view from above was simply stunning. I wonder if I'll ever tire of this scenery. It radiates pure tranquility. These massive cliffs called Falesias stretch along much of Cearás coast. This region is part of the famous Rota das Falesias, or Cliff Route, a breathtaking coastal journey spanning approximately 230 kilometers, about 140 miles, across northeastern Brazil, primarily through the states of Ceará and Rio Grande do Norte. Renowned for its stunning landscapes, the route features striking red and orange sand cliffs and long stretches of pristine beaches. Travelers can embark on this journey by car, a 4x4 vehicle, buggies, and ATVs, or quads. Fortaleza serves as a starting point for the cliff route, with notable stops along the way, including Aquiraz, home to the renowned beach park, a major water park and resort destination. Aracati, home to the iconic Canoa Quebrada beach, known for its vibrant nightlife. Icapuí, right here where we are now, and the last municipality before crossing into the neighboring state of Rio Grande do Norte. The journey often concludes in Mossoró, a city known for its thermal waters, located inland rather than along the coast. Then, I flew the drone over the vast blue ocean before circling back to the towering sand dune we conquered yesterday. Spoiler alert, we're climbing it again at the end of the day. We booked a boat for some snorkeling, but low tide isn't until 3 p.m., so we had some time to kill. While our travel companions grabbed lunch, We explored a little mangrove area near the restaurant, where we spotted some Brazilian fiddler crabs and tiny fish. Super cool. Still, with a few minutes to spare, we took in the beauty around us. These rocks were the perfect backdrop to capture moments like these, the kind that make a trip truly unforgettable. Finally, it's snorkeling time. The boat was waiting in waist-deep water, and we had to step in carefully, avoiding some hidden rocks. Our group was big enough, so we had a private boat tour. Our guide Marquinhos was outstanding, a local born and bred. The boat ride to the snorkeling point isn't long, just enough time to enjoy a cold beer and take in the view. And here we are at Mergulho dos Peixes. We're going in. At first, all you see is water and bubbles, but then fish. Slowly, they come into view. First a few, then a whole school, with all sorts of colors and patterns. Such an unreal experience. Ideal conditions are during a full or new moon, but we had to work with what we had. Windy weather and less than perfect tides. No big deal though. Don't forget, for the best visibility, a full or new moon is the way to go. These are sea grapes, a type of edible seaweed widely consumed in Asia, particularly in Japan, the Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia, often in salads. There's a large concentration of fish around this big rock, and I'm told there's a cave inside. However, the tide needs to be lower to reach it, unless you're scuba diving. Some of us entered the water gracefully, others, let's just say the Olympics aren't in the cards. If you're a strong swimmer and experienced with diving, you don't necessarily need to take the boat ride, but you might miss out on part of the fun. If you prefer, you can simply walk along the shore to the point and swim out, especially at low tide when snorkeling conditions are ideal. It should be an easy swim. You'll also see seagrass floating in the water. According to our guide, this is what attracts manatees to the area. They love it. Tomorrow, we'll be on the lookout for them. We're done snorkeling. Not bad for a windy day. Now it's time to relax, float, and swim freely. Nothing beats drifting in warm ocean water. At low tide, a temporary beachside tent pops up next to the cliffs, serving from a charcoal barbecue, fresh skewers of shrimp, lobster, chicken, koalio, local cheese grilled, and beef, along with drinks. They were closing up, but thanks to our guide, we got some last-minute orders in, and wow, this was hands down the best meal of the day. I only wish we had arrived earlier so we could have eaten more. With full bellies and golden hour vibes, some of us decided to climb the giant dune again. The sun made the sand glow. The view? Unreal. From the top, you see an endless ocean. The tide slips back, revealing stones, scattered smooth and worn by waves. Shaped by the wind and the passage of time, These towering sand formations create breathtaking scenery along the coastline. These formations have been shaped over thousands of years, forming a unique ecosystem that is both fragile and breathtakingly beautiful. It almost feels like we've been transported to another world, especially with a vulture soaring overhead. We had to do some convincing, as not everyone was ready to leave behind the climb they had just conquered. And that's it. We're saying goodbye to the gigantic sand dune. Tomorrow, we'll have just enough time for one last boat tour in search of manatees before heading back to Fortaleza Eusebio. One reason I loved Ponta Grossa Beach, aside from the food, stunning cliffs, and beautiful shoreline, was its tranquility. Even on a weekend in December, during peak season, the beach remained uncrowded. Many other beaches tend to be packed with tourists and locals, often accompanied by loud music, as Brazilians love to share their tunes with everyone around them. That can be annoying at times, but not here. During our stay, there was none of that, just the soothing sounds of the wind, waves, and birds. There's nothing more Brazilian than a couple of kids practicing their shots and playing football, no matter where, whether on grass, concrete, or sand. And that's a wrap. Another incredible day in Ponta Grossa Beach. If you enjoyed this adventure, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until the next video, on our last day here, we are going on a search for manatees.